welcome back to Good Day State Line. Sara is back from Dady Law. Another round of questions, but this time we are closing out 815 week, or at least getting close to, with some Rockford-based questions, right?
Absolutely. I thought, 815 week, we need to talk about immigrants in Rockford.
Yeah, which I'm guessing there's enough to talk about since we're going to spend the whole next 5 minutes doing so. Lead us into this, Sara. Tell us a little bit about the history of Rockford and immigration.
Well, sure. If you want a really good history, Midway Village has an excellent exhibit on immigration in Rockford. But do you know what country's original immigrants to Rockford came from?
Like the first collection of immigrants in Rockford?
Think about what kind of restaurants we have in Rockford.
Is it Swedish?
Swedish.
Thank you. Thank you for the hint, too. I knew that, and I totally forgot about it. So the first people here were Swedish.
And Italians.
That was going to be my guess. I think you're like pointing to me. I'm like, but I'm not from here, so I didn't know how long the Italian community was here. But I know that this is a really big Italian community.
Yeah.
Like,
and
wish I
Mexico.
grew up here. Okay.
So, the biggest immigration groups historically to Rockford were the Swedish, Italians, and Mexicans.
Well, I will ask you a question, and we'll see if you know. My niece was in town last weekend, and she was asking me how old Rockford was, and I did not look it up. But like, around what time were these Swedish, Italian, and Mexican immigrants coming?
Well, Rockford was founded in the mid-1800s. Okay. So after that, and then of course we were a manufacturing town and attracted a lot of immigrants to work.
Absolutely.
Primarily Swedish.
Yes, with the Swedish pancakes. All right, so do you have another question or
yes,
another topic?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what would be your guess about the percentage of our population that is foreign-born here in Rockford?
So like first generation?
Yes.
43.
That's super high.
Oh.
No.
26.
Really high. We mirror
12.
Close,
Okay.
yes. About 13%
Okay.
of Rockford's population is foreign-born, and that mirrors the national average, which is about 13% of foreign-born in the United States.
Which is like kind of cool, right? That we're around the amount of the national average.
We have a lot of diversity in Rockford that
really
I think most of us are not really aware of.
Absolutely. Okay, I think we have another question or fact or statement.
And then, out of that 13% of foreign-born immigrants in Rockford, how many do you think are naturalized citizens?
This is where you come in, right?
They took that test that we've been doing the questions all year.
Of the 13%, what percentage? 60. So back my original, what was my original, 43? 43 was my original guess.
About 5% out of that 13% are
this isn't my best topic.
Citizens.
Can we go back to the Constitution? I learned all of that at one point. This is all new to me. So 5%. We want that number to be higher though, right? Isn't that the idea?
Well, sure. We want people to become U.S. citizens, right, if they're going to live here. There are many benefits to being a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
And that's what I help people with.
Yes,
so.
that is your job, per se. All right. What else? Do we have any other percentages I can
So,
get wrong?
How many countries do you think are represented in Rockford's immigrant population?
I think 23.
Good guess, but it's 40.
Oh, okay.
We have over 40 nations represented in Rockford's foreign-born population. And those nations include Ecuador, the United Kingdom, Germany, Romania, Macedonia, so many countries, the Democratic Republic of Congo, India, Philippines.
That is that is very cool. That's a really cool idea to know that there's that many different countries represented here in Rockford.
Yeah, well, Rockford could be a mini United Nations, you know?
I mean, not growing up here, I would absolutely say there's so much more diversity in this city, and you get to really just enjoy other cultures, and it's so easy to access with things like Midway Village, other museums around. It's just not happening as much in the suburbs. Just put it out there. Any more facts or questions?
Yes.
Okay.
So why do you think immigrants come to Rockford?
Well, we talked about manufacturing
Back in the
previously.
day, yep. So jobs.
Okay. There's a lot of land here. Is that part of it?
Big reason is family reunification.
Okay.
Immigrants tend to go where they already have family or community connections. So a lot of ways the immigrants end up in Rockford is because they already have family here.
Sure.
And we see this a lot in the refugee population. Refugees are resettled anywhere in the US, but then of course they're free to move. And so we'll see refugees from Burma moving to Rockford because they already have family
Sure.
who were settled here. Afghanistan now, Iraqis. So that's how we get a lot of our foreign-born population. And in fact, most of Rockford's little population growth that we're getting is coming from the foreign-born community.
Wow.
So if we want more people in Rockford, and we need more people in Rockford, the foreign-born are really helping us out.
And you know all of this and so much more because, like we said before, you help people become citizens when
And
when they're ready to
apply
do so.
for lawful permanent residency and immigrant visas to come to the U.S. permanently.
Awesome. All right. Well, we always learn so much with Sara at DadyLawGroup.com. I gotta learn a little more. I guess I'm better at the civics test. Coming up next, we're getting the hottest tech tips for back to school with Stephanie Humphrey, and then we're sipping with suffragists. We'll be right back.